I 18M was touched inappropriately by my female, 18F friend and don't know how to feel. This actually happened about a year ago. I was chilling with a few of my friends and this girl, we'll call her Patricia, in a library. Now I don't mean to come across as cocky or arrogant, but I kinda had a feeling that Patricia was into me, as she would consistently flirt with me. However, I never felt any kind of attraction towards her, but nonetheless we still hung out from time to time. Anyway, we were sitting by the computers, my guy friend's a few seats away and Patricia is sitting right next to me. I'm trying to do some schoolwork whilst talking to Patricia, but then, out of the blue, she starts touching my lower thigh, then gradually moves up to my inner thigh and keeps going up until her hand is on my groin. I don't know what happened, but my brain just shut off, like I was frozen solid. I had been intimate with girls before, but this was a completely different experience. My heart was beating out of my chest, my hands started getting all sweaty, my body started shaking. Just a horrible feeling. But I didn't do anything, I just sat there. I didn't want to make a whole scene in front of my guy friends, and for some reason I didn't want to embarrass her. Anyway, I make an excuse to go to the toilet and I just sat there trying to process what was going on, because I was also very confused as this has never happened to me before. Unfortunately, my guy friends, that were also in the library, came to the toilet, and so I had to act as if nothing happened and go back to the library and sit next to Patricia again. I thought that after a while of her sitting alone, she'd realize that she was tripping, but no, she did the same thing again. And like an idiot I just allowed it. Then for the rest of the year I had to pretend as if everything was okay with Patricia and I. We never spoke of the situation, but she would continue to flirt with me and make me very uncomfortable. I just felt I couldn't say anything because it was embarrassing and because I didn't do anything to stop it. I thought after a while I would get over it, but every time I think about it I cringe. Does anyone know how I can deal with this in a healthy way so I can move away from this situation? I'm so sorry this happened. That was very inappropriate and wrong of her to do. That's sexual assault. It would be best for you and your mental health if you made some boundaries between you and Patricia. And hopefully there is someone you trust that you can talk to about this. Otherwise, maybe go to the school counselor. Are you still friends with her today? If so, why can't you just text her telling her that she's a nice friend but you are not into her like that and will like the flirting and touching to stop? She may understand and may fall back. You just have to rip the band-aid off and hit send. Way easier in text than in person. You're going to need to learn to be more assertive. She shouldn't have touched you without consent, or whatever people say now, but this could have been shut down by you. You are in control. Are you kidding me? She just made a move. Grow up, dude. Say, no, next time. This wasn't inappropriate behavior. You're just a pussy. Sorry that happened to you. I had a similar experience and tried to remain friends after, but it's just not something you can easily forget. Best to just cut her off and part ways. You'll make better friends at university. Doesn't seem assault to me. She made a move, you didn't say, no, so she kept going, hoping. You went away, she half understood, no, there, but kept hoping for later. You should just have told her you were not into her. This is just a communication problem. You never told her, she never knew. File a police report ASAP. Don't take a shower and bag your clothes as evidence so they can possibly pull her fingerprints on your thigh. But honestly, dude, come on. A girl rubbed your thigh and you're freaking out about it. If you're not into her, just tell her. If she handles it poorly, that's on her. Since you are a Gen Z, the only reasonable thing to do is go to your safe zone, curl up, cry and make a TikTok vlog about it. Did you consider telling her you weren't into her? Like you let her do all that. I do feel it's best for you to get closure one way or another. Whether that's by getting some type of counseling or therapy, or maybe even telling her personally that you were never interested and what she had done really bothered you. I'm not sure if it's sexual assault or not like people are saying, but if she touched your privates she should know what she did is wrong. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the comments calling op names when they came here for help. That's a disgusting thing to do when they are obviously hurt and traumatized by this. No one gets to invalidate how you feel about this situation. I would recommend going to therapy not just because of this instance, but for your future self. I have been a victim of sexual assault before and I know how it can affect relationships and sexual encounters later on. Please reach out to a therapist. Don't listen to these douchebags here telling you horrible things. Please PM me if you feel it's needed. You were sexually assaulted. Half of the assholes in this thread can't fucking read or read what they want to. I'd suggest seeking therapy. I wish you good luck, friend. No means no, but you need to move your lips and actually say it or turn your back and walk away. When did dudes become pussies? Your ancestors would be rolling over in their graves. Stop freezing up, it doesn't make sense. If you don't like where she puts her hand, then move her hand. I'm so sorry for all the dumbasses saying you need to man up, or whatever. Please don't listen to them. Having someone grab your crotch without your consent is 100% sexual assault, and 100% not okay. The best I can recommend is seeing a therapist. As much as random strangers on the internet can give you advice, I do believe that will be the best way for you to find a way to come to terms with what happened. Best of luck. 100% raped you. It's totally normal to freeze in a situation where you're being touched sexually without your consent. It's so incredibly common but feels so awful. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. It's the fucking worst. The best way to move forward would be through therapy, and maybe even just confiding in some close friends and family members so you're not alone with it. It's not your fault that this happened. It's not your fault you froze. A good way to cope may be to find someone to talk to about it. The thing to keep in mind is that no matter what anybody says, you are still a valuable person and no less of a man than you were before. It's also possible that you should talk with Patricia and tell her how you felt. Chances are she doesn't realize how she made you feel and assumed you were into it. So what is she like as a person? If she seems like a good person, she might listen, understand and change, just gotta tell her. She might not even have an idea what happened. I've had an experience where a drunk-ass girl took my hand, trying to place it on her boobs or under her skirt. Looking back, I kinda wish I told her what that was like for me, but I didn't even when she asked a day later if that was too much. I found this very interesting. However, the numbers that you reported are much higher. Any type of sexual contact or behavior that occurs without the explicit consent of the recipient. This is rape. Next time you need to defend yourself. Hit Patricia. Don't take the rape, sir. She is assaulting you. If legal in your area, carry a handgun, mace, or a knife. I think that you should tell her how you really feel. Have you come out to anyone before? Kind of a tough situation if not. If you really trust her, I think that you should maybe tell her that you're not into girls though. Do any of your guy friends know? Maybe they can help you if so. You just need to make it clear to her that you're not into girls and that you are homosexual. Nice. Well, you should have just stopped her. Maybe you were sending mixed signals. To be honest, it sounds kinda hot, but I can see your point of not wanting it to happen. But if you didn't tell her you did not like it, how should she have known? I think she just wanted to please you. If this isn't proof that men have been blue-pilled by society, I don't know what is. This is just pathetic. I can't really relate to your story, because the times I've had someone touch me without my consent, I've laughed it off and told the person, no, I'm a guy and have been groped by men and women. I think a lot of comments here will not necessarily be supportive, because I think a lot of people will think they'd probably laugh it off too. It's clearly something that's bothering you, so have you considered talking to a therapist about it? I'm sure they would at least listen without judging you and might have ideas about how to move forward. If she touches you again, you could grab her by the wrist while in front of your friends and tell her that if she ever touches you in such a place again, you will break her arm. I guarantee you she will never touch you again. Is she at least attractive? Sorry to hear, hope you can heal. R to the A to the P to the E, that behavior is real rape. Why? I think you should have told her how you felt. You should get one of your female friends to fuck her up. Don't bring authorities into it. My friend, this is the reality and I hope you take my advice. I don't know if you're straight or gay, and that honestly doesn't matter here. You're a man. The best course of action you can take is to forget it. That's just how it works in society. Don't cause yourself a scandal. Man up and take it.